Hello everyone! Are you ready to supercharge your English speaking and listening skills? Whether you want to impress others with your fluency or boost your confidence, this session is filled with engaging exercises. Let's dive in and start speaking fluent English. Vivacious. Vivacious, meaning attractively lively and animated. Attractively lively and animated. Her vivacious personality made her the life of every party. Her vivacious personality made her the life of every party. Whimsical. Whimsical, meaning playfully quaint or fanciful, especially in an appealing and amusing way. Playfully quaint or fanciful, especially in an appealing and amusing way. The artist's whimsical paintings of imaginary creatures delighted children and adults alike. The artist's whimsical paintings of imaginary creatures delighted children and adults alike. Disconcerting. Disconcerting, meaning causing one to feel unsettled or disturbed. Causing one to feel unsettled or disturbed. The sudden change in his behaviour was disconcerting to everyone who knew him. The sudden change in his behaviour was disconcerting to everyone who knew him. Fluctuating. Fluctuating, meaning rising and falling irregularly in number or amount. Rising and falling irregularly in number or amount. The fluctuating temperatures made it difficult to plan outdoor activities. The fluctuating temperatures made it difficult to plan outdoor activities. Obstreperous. Obstreperous, meaning noisy and difficult to control. Noisy and difficult to control. The obstreperous children made it challenging for the teacher to maintain order in the classroom. The obstreperous children made it challenging for the teacher to maintain order in the classroom. Uncharacteristic. Uncharacteristic, meaning not typical of a particular person or thing. Not typical of a particular person or thing. It was uncharacteristic of Sarah to arrive late to the meeting. It was uncharacteristic of Sarah to arrive late to the meeting. Scrupulous. Scrupulous, meaning diligent, thorough, and extremely attentive to details. Diligent, thorough, and extremely attentive to details. The accountant was known for her scrupulous attention to every financial transaction. The accountant was known for her scrupulous attention to every financial transaction. Bombastic. Bombastic, meaning high-sounding but with little meaning. Inflated. High-sounding but with little meaning. Inflated. His bombastic speech was filled with impressive-sounding phrases but lacked real substance. His bombastic speech was filled with impressive-sounding phrases but lacked real substance. Knowledgeable. Knowledgeable, meaning well informed, possessing knowledge, especially in a particular field. Well informed, possessing knowledge, especially in a particular field. The guide was knowledgeable about the local wildlife and plants. The guide was knowledgeable about the local wildlife and plants. Unscrupulous. Unscrupulous. Meaning, having or showing no moral principles, not honest or fair. Having or showing no moral principles, not honest or fair. The unscrupulous businessman exploited loopholes in the law for personal gain. The unscrupulous businessman exploited loopholes in the law for personal gain. Gratuitous. Gratuitous. Meaning, given or done free of charge. Free. Given or done free of charge. Free. The hotel provides a gratuitous breakfast with every night's stay. The hotel provides a gratuitous breakfast with every night's stay. Lugubrious. Lugubrious. Meaning, looking or sounding sad and dismal. Looking or sounding sad and dismal. The lugubrious music added to the melancholy atmosphere of the film. The lugubrious music added to the melancholy atmosphere of the film. Haphazard. Haphazard. Meaning, characterized by lack of order or planning. Random. Characterized by lack of order or planning. Random. The books on the shelf were arranged in a haphazard manner, making it difficult to find anything. The books on the shelf were arranged in a haphazard manner, making it difficult to find anything. Meticulous. Meticulous. Meaning, showing great attention to detail, very careful and precise. Showing great attention to detail, very careful and precise. The artist was meticulous in every brushstroke, ensuring perfection in his painting. The artist was meticulous in every brushstroke, ensuring perfection in his painting. Ostentatious. Ostentatious. Meaning, characterized by vulgar or pretentious display, designed to impress or attract notice. Characterized by vulgar or pretentious display, designed to impress or attract notice. The actor's ostentatious behaviour backstage annoyed the rest of the cast. The actor's ostentatious behaviour backstage annoyed the rest of the cast. Trepidatious. Trepidatious. Meaning, feeling fear or anxiety about something that may happen. Apprehensive. Feeling fear or anxiety about something that may happen. Apprehensive. She felt trepidatious about starting a new job in a different city. She felt trepidatious about starting a new job in a different city. Voluminous. Voluminous. Meaning, occupying or containing much space, large in volume, size, or extent. Occupying or containing much space, large in volume, size, or extent. She wore a voluminous gown that billowed out as she walked. She wore a voluminous gown that billowed out as she walked. Inscrutable. Inscrutable. Meaning, impossible to understand or interpret. Impossible to understand or interpret. Her motives for resigning were inscrutable, leaving everyone puzzled. Her motives for resigning were inscrutable, leaving everyone puzzled. Justifiable. Justifiable. Meaning, able to be shown to be right or reasonable, defensible. Able to be shown to be right or reasonable, defensible. His actions were justifiable given the circumstances he faced. His actions were justifiable given the circumstances he faced. Kinesthetic. Kinesthetic. Meaning, relating to or characterized by movement or the sense of movement. Relating to or characterized by movement or the sense of movement. Kinesthetic learners prefer hands-on activities to understand concepts better. Kinesthetic learners prefer hands-on activities to understand concepts better. Pertinent. Pertinent. Meaning, relevant or applicable to a particular matter. Apposite. Relevant or applicable to a particular matter. Apposite. The judge allowed only pertinent evidence to be presented in the courtroom. The judge allowed only pertinent evidence to be presented in the courtroom. Widespread. Widespread. Meaning, found or distributed over a large area or number of people. Found or distributed over a large area or number of people. There was widespread support for the new Environmental Conservation Initiative. There was widespread support for the new Environmental Conservation Initiative. Surreptitious. Surreptitious. Meaning, kept secret, especially because it would not be approved of. Kept secret, especially because it would not be approved of. She made a surreptitious glance at her phone during the meeting. She made a surreptitious glance at her phone during the meeting. Mysterious. Mysterious. Meaning, difficult or impossible to understand, explain, or identify. Difficult or impossible to understand, explain, or identify. The disappearance of the ancient artifact remains a mysterious event. The disappearance of the ancient artifact remains a mysterious event. Reverberant. Reverberant. Meaning, characterized by reverberation, echoing. Characterized by reverberation, echoing. The hall was filled with the reverberant sound of applause after the concert. The hall was filled with the reverberant sound of applause after the concert. Transcendent. Transcendent. Meaning, beyond or above the range of normal or merely physical human experience. Beyond or above the range of normal or merely physical human experience. The beauty of the painting was transcendent, touching the hearts of all who viewed it. The beauty of the painting was transcendent, touching the hearts of all who viewed it. Monumental. Monumental. Meaning, very great in importance, extent, or size. Very great in importance, extent, or size. The construction of the new skyscraper was a monumental task that took years to complete. The construction of the new skyscraper was a monumental task that took years to complete. Quintessential. Quintessential. Meaning, representing the most perfect or typical example of a quality or class. Representing the most perfect or typical example of a quality or class. The Eiffel Tower is often seen as the quintessential symbol of Paris. The Eiffel Tower is often seen as the quintessential symbol of Paris. Serendipitous. Serendipitous. Meaning, occurring or discovered by chance in a happy or beneficial way. Occurring or discovered by chance in a happy or beneficial way. Their serendipitous meeting at the cafe led to a lifelong friendship. Their serendipitous meeting at the cafe led to a lifelong friendship. Pugnacious. Pugnacious. Meaning, eager or quick to argue, quarrel or fight. Eager or quick to argue, quarrel or fight. The pugnacious attitude of the coach often led to confrontations with referees. The pugnacious attitude of the coach often led to confrontations with referees. Unfathomable. Unfathomable. Meaning, incapable of being fully explored or understood. Incapable of being fully explored or understood. The mysteries of the universe remain unfathomable to even the most advanced scientists. The mysteries of the universe remain unfathomable to even the most advanced scientists. Precarious. Precarious. Meaning, not securely held or in position, dangerously likely to fall or collapse. Not securely held or in position, dangerously likely to fall or collapse. He climbed to a precarious position on the cliff, overlooking the valley below. He climbed to a precarious position on the cliff, overlooking the valley below. Relentless. Relentless. Meaning, unceasingly intense, harsh or inflexible. Unceasingly intense, harsh or inflexible. The relentless rain flooded the streets, causing widespread damage. The relentless rain flooded the streets, causing widespread damage. Sophisticated. Sophisticated. Meaning, having acquired worldly knowledge or refinement. Cultured. Having acquired worldly knowledge or refinement. Cultured. The restaurant's sophisticated atmosphere attracted a sophisticated clientele. The restaurant's sophisticated atmosphere attracted a sophisticated clientele. Wholesome. Wholesome. Meaning, conducive to or suggestive of good health and physical well-being. Conducive to or suggestive of good health and physical well-being. She enjoyed a wholesome breakfast of oatmeal with fresh fruit every morning. She enjoyed a wholesome breakfast of oatmeal with fresh fruit every morning. Pernicious. Pernicious. Meaning, having a harmful effect, especially in a gradual or subtle way. Having a harmful effect, especially in a gradual or subtle way. The pernicious habit of smoking can lead to serious health problems. The pernicious habit of smoking can lead to serious health problems. Spectacular. Spectacular. Meaning, strikingly large or impressive, magnificent. Strikingly large or impressive, magnificent. The fireworks display on New Year's Eve was truly spectacular. The fireworks display on New Year's Eve was truly spectacular. Tempestuous. Tempestuous. Meaning, characterized by strong and turbulent or conflicting emotion. characterized by strong and turbulent or conflicting emotion. Their tempestuous relationship was marked by passionate arguments and intense reconciliations. Their tempestuous relationship was marked by passionate arguments and intense reconciliations. Vindictive. Vindictive. Meaning, having or showing a strong or unreasoning desire for revenge. Having or showing a strong or unreasoning desire for revenge. Her vindictive behaviour towards her former friend was unexpected. Her vindictive behaviour towards her former friend was unexpected. Indestructible. Indestructible. Meaning, not able to be destroyed. Not able to be destroyed. The superhero's shield was made of an indestructible material. The superhero's shield was made of an indestructible material. Tremendous. Tremendous. Meaning, very great in amount, scale, or intensity. Very great in amount, scale, or intensity. They made a tremendous effort to complete the project ahead of schedule. They made a tremendous effort to complete the project ahead of schedule. Unconventional. Unconventional. Meaning, not based on or conforming to what is generally done or believed. Not based on or conforming to what is generally done or believed. Her unconventional approach to teaching made her popular with students. Her unconventional approach to teaching made her popular with students. Misunderstood. Misunderstood. Meaning, incorrectly interpreted or understood. Incorrectly interpreted or understood. He often felt misunderstood by his peers due to his unconventional ideas. He often felt misunderstood by his peers due to his unconventional ideas. Wandering. Wandering. Meaning, moving from place to place without a fixed plan. Roaming. Moving from place to place without a fixed plan. Roaming. They enjoyed the freedom of wandering through the countryside, exploring new paths. They enjoyed the freedom of wandering through the countryside, exploring new paths. Penultimate. Penultimate. Meaning, second to last in a series, next to the last. Second to last in a series, next to the last. The penultimate chapter of the novel revealed a shocking plot twist. The penultimate chapter of the novel revealed a shocking plot twist. Tenacious. Tenacious. Meaning, tending to keep a firm hold of something, clinging or adhering closely. Tending to keep a firm hold of something, clinging or adhering closely. Despite facing numerous setbacks, she remained tenacious in her pursuit of a career in medicine. Despite facing numerous setbacks, she remained tenacious in her pursuit of a career in medicine. Am I on the right track? Am I on the right track? Am I making the right decision? Am I making the right decision? Am I good enough for this job? Am I good enough for this job? Am I doing this correctly? Am I doing this correctly? Am I in love? Am I in love? Am I overreacting? Am I overreacting? Am I healthy? Am I healthy? Am I safe here? Am I safe here? Am I being too harsh? Am I being too harsh? Am I clear enough? Am I clear enough? Am I bothering you? Am I bothering you? Am I ready for this challenge? Am I ready for this challenge? Am I spending too much money? Am I spending too much money? Am I eating too much? Am I eating too much? Am I exercising enough? Am I exercising enough? Am I getting enough sleep? Am I getting enough sleep? Am I learning at a good pace? Am I learning at a good pace? Am I making a mistake? Am I making a mistake? Am I eligible for this course? Am I eligible for this course? Am I being understood? Am I being understood? Am I missing something important? Am I missing something important? Am I being fair? Am I being fair? Am I too late? Am I too late? Am I allowed to do this? Am I allowed to do this? Am I following the rules? Am I following the rules? Am I being too demanding? Am I being too demanding? Am I making progress? Am I making progress? Am I being too negative? Am I being too negative? Am I on the schedule? Am I on the schedule? Am I in trouble? Am I in trouble? Am I taking this too seriously? Am I taking this too seriously? Am I trusting the right people? Am I trusting the right people? Am I being honest with myself? Am I being honest with myself? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Am I ready to commit? Am I ready to commit? Am I too old for this? Am I too old for this? Am I speaking loudly enough? Am I speaking loudly enough? Am I keeping up with the trends? Am I keeping up with the trends? Am I in the right place? Am I in the right place? Am I required to attend? Am I required to attend? Am I being too emotional? Am I being too emotional? Am I forgetting something? Am I forgetting something? Am I being realistic? Am I being realistic? Am I seeing things clearly? Am I seeing things clearly? Am I going the right way? Am I going the right way? Am I being productive enough? Am I being productive enough? Am I handling this well? Am I handling this well? Am I understanding this correctly? Am I understanding this correctly? Am I making a difference? Am I making a difference? Am I prepared for the worst? Am I prepared for the worst? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are we meeting today? Are we meeting today? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are they coming to the party? Are they coming to the party? Are we on schedule? Are we on schedule? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Are you feeling better? Are you feeling better? Are the results in yet? Are the results in yet? Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? Are you available tomorrow? Are you available tomorrow? Are you going to the event? Are you going to the event? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are you interested in this offer? Are you interested in this offer? Are you excited for the trip? Are you excited for the trip? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Are the kids asleep? Are the kids asleep? Are we supposed to bring anything? Are we supposed to bring anything? Are you new here? Are you new here? Are the documents ready? Are the documents ready? Are you coming with us? Are you coming with us? Are you done with your work? Are you done with your work? Are you enjoying the show? Are you enjoying the show? Are you free this weekend? Are you free this weekend? Are we still on for dinner? Are we still on for dinner? Are you having fun? Are you having fun? Are the prices reasonable? Are the prices reasonable? Are you aware of the situation? Are you aware of the situation? Are you planning to attend? Are you planning to attend? Are we all set? Are we all set? Are you familiar with this concept? Are you familiar with this concept? Are the instructions clear? Are the instructions clear? Are you in a relationship? Are you in a relationship? Are you working on any projects? Are you working on any projects? Are you still awake? Are you still awake? Are the doors locked? Are the doors locked? Are you confident in your answer? Are you confident in your answer? Are we agreed on this? Are we agreed on this? Are you participating in the discussion? Are you participating in the discussion? Are the tickets sold out? Are the tickets sold out? Are you wearing your seatbelt? Are you wearing your seatbelt? Are you afraid of heights? Are you afraid of heights? Are we going in the right direction? Are we going in the right direction? Are you allergic to anything? Are you allergic to anything? Are we being too loud? Are we being too loud? Are you satisfied with the service? Are you satisfied with the service? Are you living nearby? Are you living nearby? Are the flowers blooming? Are the flowers blooming? Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable? Are we missing anything? Are we missing anything? Are you ready to start? Are you ready to start? Is it going to rain today? Is it going to rain today? Is the meeting still on? Is the meeting still on? Is this seat taken? Is this seat taken? Is she coming to the party? Is she coming to the party? Is the project deadline extended? Is the project deadline extended? Is everything okay? Is everything okay? Is it safe to travel now? Is it safe to travel now? Is the document ready? Is the document ready? Is he feeling better? Is he feeling better? Is the coffee machine working? Is the coffee machine working? Is this your final decision? Is this your final decision? Is it true? Is it true? Is anyone available to help? Is anyone available to help? Is the room clean? Is the room clean? Is it too late to apply? Is it too late to apply? Is the presentation ready? Is the presentation ready? Is it worth the price? Is it worth the price? Is the dog friendly? Is the dog friendly? Is the movie worth watching? Is the movie worth watching? Is the package delivered? Is the package delivered? Is it possible to reschedule? Is it possible to reschedule? Is this food spicy? Is this food spicy? Is the store open? Is the store open? Is the internet down? Is the internet down? Is she okay with the plan? Is she okay with the plan? Is the restaurant nearby? Is the restaurant nearby? Is the test difficult? Is the test difficult? Is he coming with us? Is he coming with us? Is this route faster? Is this route faster? Is the book interesting? Is the book interesting? Is the car parked outside? Is the car parked outside? Is anyone home? Is anyone home? Is this a good investment? Is this a good investment? Is the software updated? Is the software updated? Is the meeting room available? Is the meeting room available? Is the password correct? Is the password correct? Is the water cold? Is the water cold? Is the oven preheated? Is the oven preheated? Is it your birthday today? Is it your birthday today? Is the light on? Is the light on? Is this your first time here? Is this your first time here? Is the baby sleeping? Is the baby sleeping? Is the laundry done? Is the laundry done? Is there a problem? Is there a problem? Is this road closed? Is this road closed? Is he on holiday? Is he on holiday? Is it time to leave? Is it time to leave? Is the mail delivered? Is the mail delivered? Is the homework complete? Is the homework complete? Is this the right address? Is this the right address? A tough nut to crack. A tough nut to crack. Meaning, a difficult problem or a person who is difficult to deal with. A difficult problem or a person who is difficult to deal with. The mystery of the missing files is a tough nut to crack. The mystery of the missing files is a tough nut to crack. Achilles heel. Achilles heel. Meaning, a weak or vulnerable point. A weak or vulnerable point. Despite his strength, arrogance was his Achilles heel. Despite his strength, arrogance was his Achilles heel. Against the grain. Against the grain. Meaning, contrary to what is expected or normal. Contrary to what is expected or normal. It goes against the grain to lie to my friends. It goes against the grain to lie to my friends. All bark and no bite. All bark and no bite. Meaning, someone who talks tough but doesn't act on their words. Someone who talks tough but doesn't act on their words. He threatens to fire people, but he's all bark and no bite. He threatens to fire people, but he's all bark and no bite. At the drop of a hat. At the drop of a hat. Meaning, immediately, without hesitation. Immediately, without hesitation. She would leave her job at the drop of a hat if she had a better offer. She would leave her job at the drop of a hat if she had a better offer. At the 11th hour. At the 11th hour. Meaning, at the last possible moment. At the last possible moment. They reached an agreement at the 11th hour before the deadline. They reached an agreement at the 11th hour before the deadline. Barking up the wrong tree. Barking up the wrong tree. Meaning, to pursue a mistaken or misguided course of action. To pursue a mistaken or misguided course of action. If you think I can help with the project, you're barking up the wrong tree. If you think I can help with the project, you're barking up the wrong tree. Batten down the hatches. Batten down the hatches. Meaning, prepare for trouble. Prepare for trouble. The company had to batten down the hatches during the economic crisis. The company had to batten down the hatches during the economic crisis. Bite the hand that feeds you. Bite the hand that feeds you. Meaning, to turn against someone who has helped you. To turn against someone who has helped you. I'm trying to help you. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. I'm trying to help you. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Break the ice. Break the ice. Meaning, to initiate conversation in a social setting. To initiate conversation in a social setting. Her joke helped break the ice at the meeting. Her joke helped break the ice at the meeting. Burn the candle at both ends. Burn the candle at both ends. Meaning, to overextend oneself by doing too many things, especially by staying up late and getting up early, leading to exhaustion. To overextend oneself by doing too many things, especially by staying up late and getting up early, leading to exhaustion. If you keep working late and getting up early, you will burn the candles at both ends and eventually burn out. If you keep working late and getting up early, you will burn the candle at both ends and eventually burn out. Burn your bridges. Burn your bridges. Meaning, to destroy one's path, connections, or opportunities, often intentionally. To destroy one's path, connections, or opportunities, often intentionally. Be careful not to burn your bridges with former colleagues. Be careful not to burn your bridges with former colleagues. By the skin of your teeth. By the skin of your teeth. Meaning, barely or narrowly. Barely or narrowly. You just finished the exam by the skin of your teeth, narrowly passing the test. You just finished the exam by the skin of your teeth, narrowly passing the test. Call a spade a spade. Call a spade a spade. meaning to speak frankly and directly about a situation. To speak frankly and directly about a situation. We need to call a spade and admit our project failed. We need to call a spade and admit our project failed. Call it a day. Call it a day. Meaning, stop working on something. Stop working on something. After fixing the car, we decided to call it a day. After fixing the car, we decided to call it a day. Cat's out of the bag. Cat's out of the bag. Meaning, a secret has been revealed. A secret has been revealed. The cat's out of the bag about the surprise party. The cat's out of the bag about the surprise party. Caught between a rock and a hard place. Caught between a rock and a hard place. Meaning, faced with two difficult choices. Faced with two difficult choices. She was caught between a rock and a hard place, unsure whether to stay or move. She was caught between a rock and a hard place, unsure whether to stay or move. Chew the fat. Chew the fat. Meaning, to chat in a leisurely manner. To chat in a leisurely manner. After the meeting, we stayed in the break room to chew the fat and catch up on each other's lives. After the meeting, we stayed in the break room to chew the fat and catch up on each other's lives. Clam up. Clam up. Meaning, to suddenly stop talking. To suddenly stop talking. Don't clam up just when the story is getting interesting. Don't clam up just when the story is getting interesting. Cold turkey. Cold turkey. Meaning, to quit something abruptly. To quit something abruptly. She gave up sugar cold turkey, stopping all at once without easing off. She gave up sugar cold turkey, stopping all at once without easing off. Cook the books. Cook the books. Meaning, to alter financial records dishonestly. To alter financial records dishonestly. The accountant was fired for trying to cook the books and falsify the company's financial statements. The accountant was fired for trying to cook the books and falsify the company's financial statements. Crocodile tears. Crocodile tears. Meaning, fake tears or insincere displays of emotion. Fake tears or insincere displays of emotion. Don't be fooled by her crocodile tears. She isn't really upset. Don't be fooled by her crocodile tears. She isn't really upset. Cry over spilt milk. Cry over spilt milk. Meaning, to lament something that cannot be undone. To lament something that cannot be undone. We missed the deadline, but don't cry over spilt milk. Let's work on the next project. We missed the deadline, but don't cry over spilt milk. Let's work on the next project. Curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity killed the cat. Meaning, inquisitive behaviour can lead to trouble. Inquisitive behaviour can lead to trouble. Be careful what you ask. Curiosity killed the cat. Be careful what you ask. Curiosity killed the cat. Cut the mustard. Cut the mustard. Meaning, to meet expectations or standards. To meet expectations or standards. The new employee didn't cut the mustard and was let go. The new employee didn't cut the mustard and was let go. Cut to the chase. Cut to the chase. Meaning, get to the point. Get to the point. Let's cut to the chase and discuss the main issue. Let's cut to the chase and discuss the main issue. Dark horse. Dark horse. Meaning, a candidate or competitor about whom little is known but who unexpectedly wins or succeeds. A candidate or competitor about whom little is known but who unexpectedly wins or succeeds. The dark horse in the race ended up winning. The dark horse in the race ended up winning. Dead ringer. Dead ringer. Meaning, an exact duplicate. An exact duplicate. That man is a dead ringer for my uncle. That man is a dead ringer for my uncle. Devil's advocate. Devil's advocate. Meaning, someone who argues against a point for the sake of debate. Someone who argues against a point for the sake of debate. I'll play devil's advocate to test the strength of your argument. I'll play devil's advocate to test the strength of your argument. Devils in the details. Devils in the details. Meaning, small, specific details can cause major problems. Small, specific details can cause major problems. The plan seems simple, but the devil's in the details. The plan seems simple, but the devil's in the details. Draw a blank. Draw a blank. Meaning, to fail to recall or find something. To fail to recall or find something. Every time I try to recall her name, I draw a blank. Every time I try to recall her name, I draw a blank. Drop in the bucket. Drop in the bucket. Meaning, a very small part of something big or whole. A very small part of something big or whole. The donation was a drop in the bucket compared to what we needed. The donation was a drop in the bucket compared to what we needed. Dutch courage. Dutch courage. Meaning, courage gained from drinking alcohol. Courage gained from drinking alcohol. He needed some Dutch courage before asking her out. He needed some Dutch courage before asking her out. Elephant in the room. Elephant in the room. Meaning, an obvious problem that no one wants to discuss. An obvious problem that no one wants to discuss. We need to address the elephant in the room and talk about the budget cuts. We need to address the elephant in the room and talk about the budget cuts. Faint of heart. Faint of heart. Meaning, lacking the courage to face something difficult. Lacking the courage to face something difficult. This horror movie is not for the faint of heart. This horror movie is not for the faint of heart. Flash in the pan. Flash in the pan. Meaning, something or someone that initially shows promise but fails to deliver. something or someone that initially shows promise but fails to deliver. His initial success was just a flash in the pan, and he struggled to maintain his popularity afterwards. His initial success was just a flash in the pan, and he struggled to maintain his popularity afterwards. Feather in your cap. Feather in your cap. Meaning, an achievement to be proud of. An achievement to be proud of. Completing the marathon is a real feather in your cap. Completing the marathon is a real feather in your cap. Flog a dead horse. Flog a dead horse. Meaning, to waste time trying to do something that won't succeed. To waste time trying to do something that won't succeed. We can't flog a dead horse. The project is cancelled and there's no point in discussing it further. We can't flog a dead horse. The project is cancelled and there's no point in discussing it further. Fly by the seat of your pants. Fly by the seat of your pants. Meaning, to do something without planning or preparation. To do something without planning or preparation. We had no instructions, so we had to fly by the seat of our pants. We had no instructions, so we had to fly by the seat of our pants. Fly off the handle. Fly off the handle. Meaning, to lose one's temper suddenly. To lose one's temper suddenly. Try to stay calm during the meeting and don't fly off the handle if things don't go as planned. Try to stay calm during the meeting and don't fly off the handle if things don't go as planned. Fool's errand. Fool's errand. Meaning, a pointless task. A pointless task. Trying to fix that old car is a fool's errand. Trying to fix that old car is a fool's errand. Full of beans. Full of beans. Meaning, energetic and lively. Energetic and lively. The children were full of beans after the party. The children were full of beans after the party. Get a second wind. Get a second wind. Meaning, to regain energy after being tired. To regain energy after being tired. After a quick break, I managed to get a second wind and finished the marathon strong. After a quick break, I managed to get a second wind and finish the marathon strong. Get down to brass tacks. Get down to brass tacks. Meaning, focus on the essential details. Focus on the essential details. Let's get down to brass tacks and discuss the budget. Let's get down to brass tacks and discuss the budget. Get your feet wet. Get your feet wet. Meaning, to start something new. To start something new. Starting with a small project is a great way to get your feet wet before tackling bigger challenges. Starting with a small project is a great way to get your feet wet before tackling bigger challenges. Go against the grain. Go against the grain. Meaning, to go against what is normal or expected. To go against what is normal or expected. Her ideas often go against the grain, but they are effective. Her ideas often go against the grain, but they are effective. Go down in flames. Go down in flames. Meaning, fail spectacularly. fail spectacularly. Make sure you review the plan carefully so the project doesn't go down in flames. Make sure you review the plan carefully so the project doesn't go down in flames. Go out on a limb. Go out on a limb. Meaning, to take a risk. To take a risk. To suggest such an innovative idea, you'll have to go out on a limb and take a risk. To suggest such an innovative idea, you'll have to go out on a limb and take a risk. Have an axe to grind. Have an axe to grind. Meaning, to have a personal or selfish motive. To have a personal or selfish motive. I have an axe to grind with the company over their recent decision to cut benefits. I have an axe to grind with the company over their recent decision to cut benefits. Head in the clouds. Head in the clouds. Meaning, to be daydreaming and not paying attention. To be daydreaming and not paying attention. She always has her head in the clouds during meetings. She always has her head in the clouds during meetings. Hit below the belt. Hit below the belt. Meaning, to act unfairly. To act unfairly. During the debate, he hit below the belt with a personal attack that had nothing to do with the topic at hand. During the debate, he hit below the belt with a personal attack that had nothing to do with the topic at hand. Hit the nail on the head. Hit the nail on the head. Meaning, to be exactly right about something. To be exactly right about something. You hit the nail on the head with your analysis of the problem. You hit the nail on the head with your analysis of the problem. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Meaning, wait a moment. Wait a moment. Hold your horses. We haven't finished yet. Hold your horses. We haven't finished yet. In a pickle. In a pickle. Meaning, in a difficult situation. In a difficult situation. I'm in a pickle because I lost my keys and can't get home. I'm in a pickle because I lost my keys and can't get home. In hot water. In hot water. Meaning, in trouble. In trouble. She got in hot water for missing the deadline. She got in hot water for missing the deadline. Jump the gun. Jump the gun. Meaning, to start something too early. To start something too early. We shouldn't jump the gun and start celebrating until the results are officially announced. We shouldn't jump the gun and start celebrating until the results are officially announced. Keep it under wraps. Keep it under wraps. Meaning, keep something secret. Keep something secret. If you've got a bad temper, you probably do your utmost to keep it under wraps. If you've got a bad temper, you probably do your utmost to keep it under wraps. Kick the bucket. Kick the bucket. Meaning, to die. To die. The doctor assured him that with proper treatment, he wouldn't kick the bucket anytime soon. The doctor assured him that with proper treatment, he wouldn't kick the bucket anytime soon. Know the ropes. Know the ropes. meaning be familiar with the details of something. Be familiar with the details of something. After a few weeks, you'll know the ropes around here. After a few weeks, you'll know the ropes around here. Last straw. Last straw. Meaning, the final problem in a series of problems. The final problem in a series of problems. His rude comment was the last straw, and she quit. His rude comment was the last straw, and she quit. Let sleeping dogs lie. Let sleeping dogs lie. Meaning, don't disturb a situation as it is. Don't disturb a situation as it is. We decided to let sleeping dogs lie and not bring up the old argument. We decided to let sleeping dogs lie and not bring up the old argument. Loose cannon. Loose cannon. Meaning, an unpredictable person who may cause damage. An unpredictable person who may cause damage. He's a loose cannon and often causes trouble. He's a loose cannon and often causes trouble. Make a mountain out of a molehill. Make a mountain out of a molehill. Meaning, to exaggerate a minor problem. To exaggerate a minor problem. She tends to make a mountain out of a molehill over small issues. She tends to make a mountain out of a molehill over small issues. Method to the madness. Method to the madness. Meaning, there's a reason for someone's strange behaviour. There's a reason for someone's strange behaviour. At first, the team's chaotic approach seemed unorganised, but it turned out there was a method to the madness. At first, the team's chaotic approach seemed unorganised, but it turned out there was a method to the madness. Off the beaten path. Off the beaten path. Meaning, unusual, not well known. Unusual, not well known. We found a great restaurant that's off the beaten path. We found a great restaurant that's off the beaten path. On the fence. On the fence. Meaning, undecided. Undecided. He's still on the fence about which job to take. He's still on the fence about which job to take. Once in a blue moon. Once in a blue moon. Meaning, very rarely. Very rarely. He visits his hometown once in a blue moon. He visits his hometown once in a blue moon. Open a can of worms. Open a can of worms. Meaning, to create a complicated situation. To create a complicated situation. Discussing politics can open a can of worms at family gatherings. Discussing politics can open a can of worms at family gatherings. The ball is in your court. The ball is in your court. Meaning, it's your decision or responsibility. It's your decision or responsibility. I've done all I can. Now the ball is in your court. I've done all I can. Now the ball is in your court. Skeleton in the closet. Skeleton in the closet. Meaning, a hidden secret or past scandal. A hidden secret or past scandal. Everyone has a skeleton in the closet, but some are more damaging than others. Everyone has a skeleton in the closet, but some are more damaging than others. Cheer up, cheer up, meaning to become happier or make someone happier. To become happier or make someone happier. I tried to cheer up my little sister by telling her a funny story when she was feeling down. I tried to cheer up my little sister by telling her a funny story when she was feeling down. Calm down, calm down, meaning to become less agitated or anxious. To become less agitated or anxious. Please take a few deep breaths to calm down before we continue the discussion. Please take a few deep breaths to calm down before we continue the discussion. Tear up, meaning to become emotional and cry. To become emotional and cry. As she read the heartfelt note, she started to tear up. As she read the heartfelt note, she started to tear up. Lash out, meaning to express anger or frustration, often by criticizing or attacking others. To express anger or frustration, often by criticizing or attacking others. She always seems to lash out when things don't go her way. She always seems to lash out when things don't go her way. Lighten up, meaning to become less serious or more relaxed. To become less serious or more relaxed. You need to lighten up and enjoy life a bit more. You need to lighten up and enjoy life a bit more. Hold back, meaning to restrain or suppress one's emotions or tears. To restrain or suppress one's emotions or tears. She struggled to hold back her tears during the sad movie. She struggled to hold back her tears during the sad movie. Get over, meaning to recover from a negative emotion or situation. To recover from a negative emotion or situation. It took her a long time to get over her breakup. It took her a long time to get over her breakup. Choke up, meaning to become too emotional to speak. To become too emotional to speak. The touching tribute to her late father made her choke up during the memorial service. The touching tribute to her late father made her choke up during the memorial service. Break down, meaning to lose emotional control, often by crying. To lose emotional control, often by crying. She couldn't hold back her tears and started to break down emotionally. She couldn't hold back her tears and started to break down emotionally. Fall for, meaning to develop strong romantic feelings for someone. To develop strong romantic feelings for someone. She couldn't help but fall for his kind and genuine personality. She couldn't help but fall for his kind and genuine personality. Give into. Give into. Meaning, to surrender to a desire or emotion. To surrender to a desire or emotion. I had to give into my craving for chocolate and indulge in a sweet treat. I had to give into my craving for chocolate and indulge in a sweet treat. Get along with. Get along with. Meaning, to have a good relationship with someone. To have a good relationship with someone. Despite our differences, we managed to get along with each other. Despite our differences, we managed to get along with each other. Warm up to. Warm up to. Meaning, to gradually develop positive feelings for someone or something. To gradually develop positive feelings for someone or something. After a few meetings, he began to warm up to the idea of working on the project together. After a few meetings, he began to warm up to the idea of working on the project together. Break up. Break up. Meaning, to end a romantic relationship. To end a romantic relationship. They decided to break up after years of dating. They decided to break up after years of dating. Back off. Back off. Meaning, to stop pressuring or bothering someone. To stop pressuring or bothering someone. She told him to back off and give her some space. She told him to back off and give her some space. Let down. Let down. Meaning, to disappoint or fail someone's expectations. To disappoint or fail someone's expectations. He felt let down when his friends didn't come to his party. He felt let down when his friends didn't come to his party. Hold on to. Hold on to. Meaning, to keep or retain something often related to emotions or memories. To keep or retain something often related to emotions or memories. Despite the sadness that overwhelmed her, she managed to hold on to a glimmer of hope. Despite the sadness that overwhelmed her, she managed to hold on to a glimmer of hope. Tune out. Tune out. Meaning, to stop paying attention or become disinterested. To stop paying attention or become disinterested. During the boring lecture, I found myself starting to tune out. During the boring lecture, I found myself starting to tune out. Run away. Run away. Meaning, to escape from a situation, often due to fear or distress. To escape from a situation, often due to fear or distress. He wanted to run away from all his problems. He wanted to run away from all his problems. Act up. Act up, meaning to behave badly or exhibit disruptive behaviour, often used for children. To behave badly or exhibit disruptive behaviour, often used for children. She was usually well behaved, but today she decided to act up and disrupt the class. She was usually well behaved, but today she decided to act up and disrupt the class. Shut down, meaning to emotionally close off or withdraw from others. To emotionally close off or withdraw from others. After the breakup, he shut down and didn't want to talk to anyone. After the breakup, he shut down and didn't want to talk to anyone. Open up, meaning to share one's thoughts and emotions with others. To share one's thoughts and emotions with others. It's important to open up and talk about your feelings. It's important to open up and talk about your feelings. Brush off, meaning to dismiss or ignore someone's feelings or concerns. To dismiss or ignore someone's feelings or concerns. I wish you wouldn't just brush off my concerns. I need your support and understanding right now. I wish you wouldn't just brush off my concerns. I need your support and understanding right now. Back down, meaning to withdraw from a confrontation or argument. To withdraw from a confrontation or argument. He didn't want to fight, so he decided to back down. He didn't want to fight, so he decided to back down. Live with, meaning to accept or tolerate a difficult situation or emotion. To accept or tolerate a difficult situation or emotion. He had to learn to live with his fear of heights. He had to learn to live with his fear of heights. Speak up, meaning to express one's opinion or feelings openly. To express one's opinions or feelings openly. Don't be afraid to speak up if you disagree. Don't be afraid to speak up if you disagree. Sink in, meaning to gradually understand or accept something emotionally. To gradually understand or accept something emotionally. The news took a while to sink in, and she felt overwhelmed. The news took a while to sink in, and she felt overwhelmed. Bottle up, meaning to suppress or hide one's emotions or feelings. To suppress or hide one's emotions or feelings. She tends to bottle up her anger instead of expressing it. She tends to bottle up her anger instead of expressing it. Play down, meaning To minimize or make something seem less important. To minimize or make something seem less important. She tried to play down her disappointment. She tried to play down her disappointment. Talk over. Talk over. Meaning, to discuss something thoroughly to address emotions or issues. To discuss something thoroughly to address emotions or issues. Let's talk over our problems and find a solution. Let's talk over our problems and find a solution. Laugh off. Laugh off. Meaning, to dismiss something as a joke or not serious. To dismiss something as a joke or not serious. She tried to laugh off the embarrassing situation. She tried to laugh off the embarrassing situation. Bite back. Bite back. Meaning, to suppress or control one's emotions, especially anger. To suppress or control one's emotions, especially anger. She had to bite back her frustration during the meeting. She had to bite back her frustration during the meeting. Blow up. Blow up. Meaning, to explode in anger or emotion. To explode in anger or emotion. Despite his efforts to stay composed, he couldn't help but blow up when he received the news. Despite his efforts to stay composed, he couldn't help but blow up when he received the news. Fall apart. Fall apart. Meaning, to break down emotionally or physically. To break down emotionally or physically. When she received the bad news, she started to fall apart. When she received the bad news, she started to fall apart. Snap at. Snap at. Meaning, to respond angrily or sharply to someone. To respond angrily or sharply to someone. She was so stressed that she would snap at anyone who asked her a question. She was so stressed that she would snap at anyone who asked her a question. I've chosen to pursue a career in medicine. I've chosen to pursue a career in medicine. I've chosen to adopt a plant-based diet. I've chosen to adopt a plant-based diet. I've chosen to live a minimalist lifestyle. I've chosen to live a minimalist lifestyle. I've chosen to take a break from social media for a while. I've chosen to take a break from social media for a while. I've chosen to switch to a different job for better career growth. I've chosen to switch to a different job for better career growth. I've chosen to move to a different city for a change of scenery. I've chosen to move to a different city for a change of scenery. I've chosen to start my own business instead of working for someone else. I've chosen to start my own business instead of working for someone else. I've chosen to pursue a hobby in woodworking. I've chosen to pursue a hobby in woodworking. I've chosen to volunteer at a local animal shelter. I've chosen to volunteer at a local animal shelter. I've chosen to take a year off to travel the world. I've chosen to take a year off to travel the world. I've chosen to learn a new language to expand my communication skills. I've chosen to learn a new language to expand my communication skills. I've chosen to attend a university in a different country to experience a different culture. I've chosen to attend a university in a different country to experience a different culture. I've chosen to start a family and have children. I've chosen to start a family and have children. I've chosen to invest my money in stocks and mutual funds. I've chosen to invest my money in stocks and mutual funds. I've chosen to join a gym and work out regularly. I've chosen to join a gym and work out regularly. I've chosen to take up painting as a form of expression. I've chosen to take up painting as a form of expression. I've chosen to enroll in a course on entrepreneurship to learn how to start a business. I've chosen to enroll in a course on entrepreneurship to learn how to start a business. I've chosen to go on a camping trip instead of a luxury vacation. I've chosen to go on a camping trip instead of a luxury vacation. I've chosen to donate to a charity instead of buying unnecessary material possessions. I've chosen to donate to a charity instead of buying unnecessary material possessions. I've chosen to join a social club to meet new people. I've chosen to join a social club to meet new people. I've chosen to take a break from work to focus on my mental health. I've chosen to take a break from work to focus on my mental health. I've chosen to pursue a degree in psychology to help others. I've chosen to pursue a degree in psychology to help others. I've chosen to take a course on personal finance to manage my money better. I've chosen to take a course on personal finance to manage my money better. I've chosen to start a blog to share my thoughts and experiences. I've chosen to start a blog to share my thoughts and experiences. I've chosen to switch to a different career path for more job satisfaction. I've chosen to switch to a different career path for more job satisfaction. I've chosen to learn how to play a musical instrument for personal enrichment. I've chosen to learn how to play a musical instrument for personal enrichment. I've chosen to go on a solo trip to challenge myself and gain independence. I've chosen to go on a solo trip to challenge myself and gain independence. I've chosen to adopt a rescue pet instead of buying from a breeder. I've chosen to adopt a rescue pet instead of buying from a breeder. I've chosen to take a break from technology and spend time outdoors. I've chosen to take a break from technology and spend time outdoors. I've chosen to start a side hustle to earn extra income. I've chosen to start a side hustle to earn extra income. I've chosen to take a photography course to learn how to take better pictures. I've chosen to take a photography course to learn how to take better pictures. I've chosen to join a book club to expand my knowledge and meet like-minded people. I've chosen to join a book club to expand my knowledge and meet like-minded people. I've chosen to learn how to swim for safety and health reasons. I've chosen to learn how to swim for safety and health reasons. I've chosen to start a podcast to share my ideas and opinions. I've chosen to start a podcast to share my ideas and opinions. I've chosen to switch to a different bank for better interest rates. I've chosen to switch to a different bank for better interest rates. I've chosen to take in a dance class to improve my coordination. I've chosen to take in a dance class to improve my coordination. I've chosen to switch to a different phone company for better service. I've chosen to switch to a different phone company for better service. I've chosen to take up running to participate in a charity race. I've chosen to take up running to participate in a charity race. I've chosen to learn how to sew to create my own clothing. I've chosen to learn how to sew to create my own clothing. I've chosen to switch to a hybrid or electric car for environmental reasons. I've chosen to switch to a hybrid or electric car for environmental reasons. I've taken the bus to work every day this week. I've taken the bus to work every day this week. I've taken up painting as a new hobby. I've taken up painting as a new hobby. I've taken my car to the mechanic for an oil change. I've taken my car to the mechanic for an oil change. I've taken a break from social media for a while. I've taken a break from social media for a while. I've taken a photography course to improve my skills. I've taken a photography course to improve my skills. I've taken a few days off work to go on vacation. I've taken a few days off work to go on vacation. I've taken a cold shower to wake myself up in the morning. I've taken a cold shower to wake myself up in the morning. I've taken a liking to sushi recently. I've taken a liking to sushi recently. I've taken a walk around the park to clear my head. I've taken a walk around the park to clear my head. I've taken a cooking class to learn new recipes. I've taken a cooking class to learn new recipes. I've taken my dog for a walk around the neighbourhood. I've taken my dog for a walk around the neighbourhood. I've taken a language course to improve my communication skills. I've taken a language course to improve my communication skills. I've taken a book out from the library to read. I've taken a book out from the library to read. I've taken a yoga class to improve my flexibility. I've taken a yoga class to improve my flexibility. I've taken a break from studying to watch some TV. I've taken a break from studying to watch some TV. I've taken a course on financial management to improve my money skills. I've taken a course on financial management to improve my money skills. I've taken my son to the dentist for a checkup. I've taken my son to the dentist for a checkup. I've taken a trip to visit my family in another country. I've taken a trip to visit my family in another country. I've taken a CPR class to learn life-saving techniques. I've taken a CPR class to learn life-saving techniques. I've taken a break from work to enjoy the sunshine outside. I've taken a break from work to enjoy the sunshine outside. I've taken a chance on starting my own business. I've taken a chance on starting my own business. I've taken a road trip across the country with my friends. I've taken a road trip across the country with my friends. I've taken a dance class to learn some new moves. I've taken a dance class to learn some new moves. I've taken a risk in investing in the stock market. I've taken a risk in investing in the stock market. I've taken a shower to freshen up before my date. I've taken a shower to freshen up before my date. I've taken a trip to the beach to enjoy the sun and sand. I've taken a trip to the beach to enjoy the sun and sand. I've taken a new route to work to avoid traffic. I've taken a new route to work to avoid traffic. I've taken a break from socializing to have some alone time. I've taken a break from socializing to have some alone time. I've taken a stand on an important issue that I believe in. I've taken a stand on an important issue that I believe in. I've taken a vow to exercise every day for the next month. I've taken a vow to exercise every day for the next month. I've taken a break from work to spend time with my family. I've taken a break from work to spend time with my family. I've taken a chance on love and started a new relationship. I've taken a chance on love and started a new relationship. I've taken a music class to learn how to play the guitar. I've taken a music class to learn how to play the guitar. I've taken a hike in the mountains to enjoy nature. I've taken a hike in the mountains to enjoy nature. I've taken a day off work to celebrate my birthday. I've taken a day off work to celebrate my birthday. I've taken a course on public speaking to improve my confidence. I've taken a course on public speaking to improve my confidence. I've taken a chance on a new job opportunity. I've taken a chance on a new job opportunity. I've taken a day trip to explore a new city. I've taken a day trip to explore a new city. I've taken a chance on trying a new food that I've never had before. I've taken a chance on trying a new food that I've never had before. I've taken a day off work to volunteer at a local charity. I've taken a day off work to volunteer at a local charity. I've decided to go back to school to get my degree. I've decided to go back to school to get my degree. I've decided to start my own business and be my own boss. I've decided to start my own business and be my own boss. I've decided to move to a new city and start fresh. I've decided to move to a new city and start fresh. I've decided to learn a new language and travel to a new country. I've decided to learn a new language and travel to a new country. I've decided to quit my job and pursue my passion. I've decided to quit my job and pursue my passion. I've decided to start exercising and taking care of my health. I've decided to start exercising and taking care of my health. I've decided to volunteer my time and make a difference in my community. I've decided to volunteer my time and make a difference in my community. I've decided to take a break from social media and focus on real-life relationships. I've decided to take a break from social media and focus on real-life relationships. I've decided to start saving money and plan for my future. I've decided to start saving money and plan for my future. I've decided to learn a new skill and improve myself. I've decided to learn a new skill and improve myself. I've decided to take a risk and try something new. I've decided to take a risk and try something new. I've decided to forgive someone who has hurt me in the past. I've decided to forgive someone who has hurt me in the past. I've decided to end a toxic relationship and prioritize my own happiness. I've decided to end a toxic relationship and prioritize my own happiness. I've decided to simplify my life and live more intentionally. I've decided to simplify my life and live more intentionally. I've decided to travel solo and discover more about myself. I've decided to travel solo and discover more about myself. I've decided to challenge myself and run a marathon. I've decided to challenge myself and run a marathon. I've decided to pursue a career that aligns with my values. I've decided to pursue a career that aligns with my values. I've decided to let go of negative self-talk and be kinder to myself. I've decided to let go of negative self-talk and be kinder to myself. I've decided to make amends with someone I've wronged in the past. I've decided to make amends with someone I've wronged in the past. I've decided to start a new hobby and have fun. I've decided to start a new hobby and have fun. I've decided to prioritize my mental health and seek help if needed. I've decided to prioritize my mental health and seek help if needed. I've decided to take a break from dating and focus on myself. I've decided to take a break from dating and focus on myself. I've decided to learn how to cook healthy meals and take care of my body. I've decided to learn how to cook healthy meals and take care of my body. I've decided to confront a fear that has been holding me back. I've decided to confront a fear that has been holding me back. I've decided to start a journal and reflect on my thoughts and feelings. I've decided to start a journal and reflect on my thoughts and feelings. I've decided to learn how to play an instrument and express myself creatively. I've decided to learn how to play an instrument and express myself creatively. I've decided to simplify my possessions and live a more minimalist lifestyle. I've decided to simplify my possessions and live a more minimalist lifestyle. I've decided to take a break from alcohol and prioritize my health. I've decided to take a break from alcohol and prioritize my health. I've decided to forgive myself for past mistakes and move on. I've decided to forgive myself for past mistakes and move on. I've decided to explore a new culture and broaden my perspective. I've decided to explore a new culture and broaden my perspective. I've decided to take a break from work and travel the world. I've decided to take a break from work and travel the world. I've decided to start a family and build a life with my partner. I've decided to start a family and build a life with my partner. I've decided to pursue a passion project and make a difference in the world. I've decided to pursue a passion project and make a difference in the world. I've decided to start a morning routine and set myself up for success. I've decided to start a morning routine and set myself up for success. I've decided to confront a toxic friend and let go of the friendship. I've decided to confront a toxic friend and let go of the friendship. I've decided to learn a new dance and have fun. I've decided to learn a new dance and have fun. I've decided to take a risk and start a new career path. I've decided to take a risk and start a new career path. I've decided to take a break from technology and connect with nature. I've decided to take a break from technology and connect with nature. I've decided to learn a new sport and challenge myself physically. I've decided to learn a new sport and challenge myself physically. I've decided to confront a family member and work through our issues. I've decided to confront a family member and work through our issues. I've decided to start a book club and connect with like-minded people. I've decided to start a book club and connect with like-minded people. I've decided to take a break from negative news and focus on positive stories. I've decided to take a break from negative news and focus on positive stories. I've decided to learn how to code and develop my own website. I've decided to learn how to code and develop my own website. I've decided to start a new workout routine and improve my fitness. I've decided to start a new workout routine and improve my fitness. I've decided to take a break from social events and spend time alone. I've decided to take a break from social events and spend time alone. I've decided to pursue a creative hobby and express myself through art. I've decided to pursue a creative hobby and express myself through art. I've decided to learn how to budget and manage my finances. I've decided to learn how to budget and manage my finances. I've decided to take a break from caffeine and improve my sleep. I've decided to take a break from caffeine and improve my sleep. I've decided to learn how to garden and grow my own food. I've decided to learn how to garden and grow my own food. I've decided to take a break from my phone and disconnect from technology. I've decided to take a break from my phone and disconnect from technology. I've wanted to travel the world since I was a kid. I've wanted to travel the world since I was a kid. I've wanted to learn how to play the guitar for years. I've wanted to learn how to play the guitar for years. I've wanted to write a book for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to write a book for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to go bungee jumping for a while now. I've wanted to go bungee jumping for a while now. I've wanted to start my own business for a long time. I've wanted to start my own business for a long time. I've wanted to learn a new language for years. I've wanted to learn a new language for years. I've wanted to go skydiving since I was a teenager. I've wanted to go skydiving since I was a teenager. I've wanted to go on a road trip across the United States for years. I've wanted to go on a road trip across the United States for years. I've wanted to learn how to cook like a professional chef. I've wanted to learn how to cook like a professional chef. I've wanted to climb a mountain for a long time. I've wanted to climb a mountain for a long time. I've wanted to take a photography class for years. I've wanted to take a photography class for years. I've wanted to run a marathon since I was in college. I've wanted to run a marathon since I was in college. I've wanted to learn how to paint for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to learn how to paint for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to go scuba diving for years. I've wanted to go scuba diving for years. I've wanted to visit every continent in the world. I've wanted to visit every continent in the world. I've wanted to learn how to code for a while now. I've wanted to learn how to code for a while now. I've wanted to go on a hot air balloon ride for years. I've wanted to go on a hot air balloon ride for years. I've wanted to write and perform my own music for a long time. I've wanted to write and perform my own music for a long time. I've wanted to go on a cruise for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to go on a cruise for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to visit the Grand Canyon for years. I've wanted to visit the Grand Canyon for years. I've wanted to learn how to dance for a while now. I've wanted to learn how to dance for a while now. I've wanted to go on a safari in Africa since I was a child. I've wanted to go on a safari in Africa since I was a child. I've wanted to go camping in the wilderness for years. I've wanted to go camping in the wilderness for years. I've wanted to go on a spiritual retreat for a long time. I've wanted to go on a spiritual retreat for a long time. I've wanted to learn how to surf since I was a teenager. I've wanted to learn how to surf since I was a teenager. I've wanted to write a screenplay for years. I've wanted to write a screenplay for years. I've wanted to go on a whale watching tour for a while now. I've wanted to go on a whale watching tour for a while now. I've wanted to learn how to do a backflip since I was a kid. I've wanted to learn how to do a backflip since I was a kid. I've wanted to go on a European tour for years. I've wanted to go on a European tour for years. I've wanted to learn how to fly a plane for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to learn how to fly a plane for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to go on a bike tour across a country for a long time. I've wanted to go on a bike tour across a country for a long time. I've wanted to go on a river rafting trip for a while now. I've wanted to go on a river rafting trip for a while now. I've wanted to write a novel for a long time. I've wanted to write a novel for a long time. I've wanted to learn how to scuba dive for years. I've wanted to learn how to scuba dive for years. I've wanted to learn how to play chess for a long time. I've wanted to learn how to play chess for a long time. I've wanted to go on a wine tasting tour for years. I've wanted to go on a wine tasting tour for years. I've wanted to learn how to meditate for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to learn how to meditate for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to go on a camping trip in the desert for a while now. I've wanted to go on a camping trip in the desert for a while now. I've wanted to go on a kayaking adventure for years. I've wanted to go on a kayaking adventure for years. I've wanted to learn how to snowboard for a while now. I've wanted to learn how to snowboard for a while now. I've wanted to go on a helicopter ride for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to go on a helicopter ride for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to learn how to play the piano for years. I've wanted to learn how to play the piano for years. I've wanted to go on a horseback riding adventure for a long time. I've wanted to go on a horseback riding adventure for a long time. I've wanted to learn how to make sushi for a while now. I've wanted to learn how to make sushi for a while now. I've wanted to learn how to do yoga for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to learn how to do yoga for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to go on a hiking trip in the mountains for a long time. I've wanted to go on a hiking trip in the mountains for a long time. I've wanted to write a children's book for years. I've wanted to write a children's book for years. I've wanted to learn how to play tennis for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to learn how to play tennis for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to go on a sailing trip for years. I've wanted to go on a sailing trip for years. I've wanted to learn how to rock climb for a while now. I've wanted to learn how to rock climb for a while now. A picture is worth 1,000 words. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Meaning, visual images convey more information than words. Visual images convey more information than words. Instead of describing the beautiful scenery, I showed them a photograph because a picture is worth 1,000 words. Instead of describing the beautiful scenery, I showed them a photograph because a picture is worth 1,000 words. Actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. Meaning, what people do is more important than what they say. What people do is more important than what they say. He promised to help, but actions speak louder than words, and he didn't show up. He promised to help, but actions speak louder than words, and he didn't show up. All that glitters is not gold. All that glitters is not gold. Meaning, not everything that looks valuable is actually valuable. Not everything that looks valuable is actually valuable. He bought the flashy car, but it turned out to be a bad investment. All that glitters is not gold. He bought the flashy car, but it turned out to be a bad investment. All that glitters is not gold. A watched pot never boils. A watched pot never boils. Meaning, time seems to move slower when you are waiting for something to happen. Time seems to move slower when you are waiting for something to happen. Waiting for the mail can be frustrating, but remember, a watched pot never boils. Waiting for the mail can be frustrating, but remember, a watched pot never boils. Beggars can't be choosers. Beggars can't be choosers. Meaning, people with no other options must be content with what is offered. People with no other options must be content with what is offered. I wanted chocolate ice cream, but they only had vanilla. Beggars can't be choosers. I wanted chocolate ice cream, but they only had vanilla. Beggars can't be choosers. Better late than never. Better late than never. Meaning, it's better to do something late than not do it at all. It's better to do something late than not do it at all. I finally learned how to swim at 30. Better late than never. I finally learned how to swim at 30. Better late than never. Birds of a feather flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. Meaning, people who are similar tend to spend time together. People who are similar tend to spend time together. The new kid and the athletes became friends quickly. Birds of a feather flock together. The new kid and the athletes became friends quickly. Birds of a feather flock together. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Meaning, don't assume something will happen until it actually does. Don't assume something will happen until it actually does. She was planning her victory speech before the results were out. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. She was planning her victory speech before the results were out. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Meaning, don't risk everything on a single venture. Don't risk everything on a single venture. He invested all his savings in one stock. I told him, don't put all your eggs in one basket. He invested all his savings in one stock. I told him, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Every cloud has a silver lining. Every cloud has a silver lining. Meaning, every bad situation has some good aspect to it. Every bad situation has some good aspect to it. After losing his job, he started his own business. Every cloud has a silver lining. After losing his job, he started his own business. Every cloud has a silver lining. Good things come to those who wait. Good things come to those who wait. Meaning, patience is often rewarded. Patience is often rewarded. She waited years for the right opportunity, and now she has her dream job. Good things come to those who wait. She waited years for the right opportunity, and now she has her dream job. Good things come to those who wait. Honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy. Meaning, it's better to be truthful. It's better to be truthful. Even though he could have lied, he confessed. Honesty is the best policy. Even though he could have lied, he confessed. Honesty is the best policy. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Meaning, don't try to improve something that already works fine. Don't try to improve something that already works fine. The old software works just fine. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The old software works just fine. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's no use crying over spilled milk. It's no use crying over spilled milk. Meaning, don't waste time worrying about things that have already happened and cannot be changed. Don't waste time worrying about things that have already happened and cannot be changed. The vase is already broken. It's no use crying over spilled milk. The vase is already broken. It's no use crying over spilled milk. Laughter is the best medicine. Laughter is the best medicine. Meaning, laughing is often a good way to feel better. Laughing is often a good way to feel better. After a stressful day, watching a comedy show made me feel better. Laughter is the best medicine. After a stressful day, watching a comedy show made me feel better. Laughter is the best medicine. Look before you leap. Look before you leap. Meaning, think carefully about the possible risks before you do something. Think carefully about the possible risks before you do something. He bought the car without testing it. I told him, look before you leap. He bought the car without testing it. I told him, look before you leap. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. Meaning, you become better at something if you do it often. You become better at something if you do it often. She practices the piano every day because practice makes perfect. She practices the piano every day because practice makes perfect. The early bird catches the worm. The early bird catches the worm. Meaning, people who wake up early or do something before others have an advantage. People who wake up early or do something before others have an advantage. He got the best seat because he arrived first. The early bird catches the worm. He got the best seat because he arrived first. The early bird catches the worm. The pen is mightier than the sword. The pen is mightier than the sword. Meaning, writing is more effective than violence. Writing is more effective than violence. The activists' articles had a huge impact. The pen is mightier than the sword. The activists' articles had a huge impact. The pen is mightier than the sword. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. Meaning, the person who complains or speaks up gets attention. The person who complains or speaks up gets attention. She got a raise after complaining. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. She got a raise after complaining. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. Time is money. Time is money. Meaning, time is valuable, so don't waste it. Time is valuable, so don't waste it. Instead of waiting, he hired someone to fix it. Time is money. Instead of waiting, he hired someone to fix it. Time is money. Two heads are better than one. Two heads are better than one. Meaning, it's easier to solve a problem when two people work on it. It's easier to solve a problem when two people work on it. We finished the project quickly because two heads are better than one. We finished the project quickly because two heads are better than one. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Meaning, adapt to the customs of the place you are in. Adapt to the customs of the place you are in. When travelling, it's polite to follow local customs. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. When travelling, it's polite to follow local customs. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Meaning, if you are determined enough, you can find a way to achieve your goal. If you are determined enough, you can find a way to achieve your goal. Despite many obstacles, she succeeded. Where there's a will, there's a way. Despite many obstacles, she succeeded. Where there's a will, there's a way. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Meaning, you can offer someone an opportunity, but you can't force them to take it. You can offer someone an opportunity, but you can't force them to take it. I gave him all the advice I could, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I gave him all the advice I could, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You can't judge a book by its cover. You can't judge a book by its cover. Meaning, don't judge something based on its appearance alone. Don't judge something based on its appearance alone. The restaurant looks unassuming, but the food is fantastic. You can't judge a book by its cover. The restaurant looks unassuming, but the food is fantastic. You can't judge a book by its cover. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Meaning, being away from someone makes you appreciate them more. Being away from someone makes you appreciate them more. After being apart for months, they realized how much they loved each other. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. After being apart for months, they realized how much they loved each other. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. A penny saved is a penny earned. A penny saved is a penny earned. Meaning, saving money is just as important as earning it. Saving money is just as important as earning it. By cutting unnecessary expenses, he saved a lot. A penny saved is a penny earned. By cutting unnecessary expenses, he saved a lot. A penny saved is a penny earned. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Meaning, eating healthy foods keeps you healthy. Eating healthy foods keeps you healthy. She eats fruit every day because an apple a day keeps the doctor away. She eats fruit every day because an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Meaning, different people have different ideas about what is beautiful. Different people have different ideas about what is beautiful. He loved the painting, but she didn't. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. He loved the painting, but she didn't. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry. Meaning, it's better to be cautious than to take risks and regret it later. It's better to be cautious than to take risks and regret it later. He wore a helmet while biking. Better safe than sorry. He wore a helmet while biking. Better safe than sorry. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Meaning, don't turn against someone who has helped you. Don't turn against someone who has helped you. He criticized his boss, forgetting who gave him the job. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. He criticized his boss, forgetting who gave him the job. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. A stitch in time saves 9. A stitch in time saves 9. Meaning, fixing a small problem right away prevents it from becoming a bigger problem. Fixing a small problem right away prevents it from becoming a bigger problem. I repaired the roof when I first saw the leak. A stitch in time saves 9. I repaired the roof when I first saw the leak. A stitch in time saves 9. Easy come, easy go. Meaning, money or success that comes easily can be lost just as easily. Money or success that comes easily can be lost just as easily. He spent his lottery winnings in a year. Easy come, easy go. He spent his lottery winnings in a year. Easy come, easy go. Every rose has its thorn. Every rose has its thorn. Meaning, every good thing has some negative aspect. Every good thing has some negative aspect. Their relationship was wonderful, but they argued often. Every rose has its thorn. Their relationship was wonderful, but they argued often. every rose has its thorn. Haste makes waste. Haste makes waste. Meaning, rushing can result in mistakes and poor results. Rushing can result in mistakes and poor results. He hurried through his homework and made many errors. Haste makes waste. He hurried through his homework and made many errors. Haste makes waste. Familiarity breeds contempt. Familiarity breeds contempt. Meaning, knowing someone very well may lead to a lack of respect. Knowing someone very well may lead to a lack of respect. They used to be best friends, but now they can't stand each other. Familiarity breeds contempt. They used to be best friends, but now they can't stand each other. Familiarity breeds contempt. It's better to give than to receive. It's better to give than to receive. Meaning, giving to others can be more rewarding than receiving something. Giving to others can be more rewarding than receiving something. She loves volunteering because it's better to give than to receive. She loves volunteering because it's better to give than to receive. It's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. Meaning, the intention behind an action is more important than the action itself. The intention behind an action is more important than the action itself. The gift was small, but it's the thought that counts. The gift was small, but it's the thought that counts. Let sleeping dogs lie. Let sleeping dogs lie. Meaning, don't stir up trouble if it's not necessary. Don't stir up trouble if it's not necessary. He decided not to bring up the old argument. Let sleeping dogs lie. He decided not to bring up the old argument. Let sleeping dogs lie. Money doesn't grow on trees. Money doesn't grow on trees. Meaning, money is not easy to come by and must be earned. Money is not easy to come by and must be earned. She reminded her son that money doesn't grow on trees when he asked for more pocket money. She reminded her son that money doesn't grow on trees when he asked for more pocket money. Necessity is the mother of invention. Necessity is the mother of invention. Meaning, difficult situations inspire ingenious solutions. Difficult situations inspire ingenious solutions. With no oven, she made a cake on the hob. Necessity is the mother of invention. With no oven, she made a cake on the hob. Necessity is the mother of invention. No pain, no gain. Meaning, hard work and suffering are necessary to achieve something. Hard work and suffering are necessary to achieve something. She trained hard for the marathon. No pain, no gain. She trained hard for the marathon. No pain, no gain. One man's rubbish is another man's treasure. One man's rubbish is another man's treasure. Meaning, something one person considers worthless may be valuable to someone else. Something one person considers worthless may be valuable to someone else. He found an old chair in the rubbish and restored it. One man's rubbish is another man's treasure. He found an old chair in the rubbish and restored it. One man's rubbish is another man's treasure. Out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind. Meaning, people tend to forget about things or people they do not see regularly. People tend to forget about things or people they do not see regularly. They drifted apart after he moved away. Out of sight, out of mind. They drifted apart after he moved away. Out of sight, out of mind. Practice what you preach. Practice what you preach. Meaning, act according to the advice you give others. Act according to the advice you give others. He tells others to save money, but he doesn't. Practice what you preach. He tells others to save money, but he doesn't. Practice what you preach. Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. Meaning, great things take time to achieve. Great things take time to achieve. Building a successful business takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day. Building a successful business takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day. Strike while the iron is hot. Strike while the iron is hot. Meaning, take advantage of an opportunity while it lasts. Take advantage of an opportunity while it lasts. He applied for the job immediately. Strike while the iron is hot. He applied for the job immediately. Strike while the iron is hot. The grass is always greener on the other side. The grass is always greener on the other side. Meaning, other people's situations always seem better than your own. Other people's situations always seem better than your own. She envied her friend's job, but it's not as perfect as it seems. The grass is always greener on the other side. She envied her friend's job, but it's not as perfect as it seems. The grass is always greener on the other side. Two wrongs don't make a right. Two wrongs don't make a right. Meaning, responding to a wrong with another wrong does not make things right. Responding to a wrong with another wrong does not make things right. He wanted revenge, but two wrongs don't make a right. He wanted revenge, but two wrongs don't make a right. Best. He is the best player. Optimum. He is the player at his optimum, displaying unrivaled skill and performance. Clear. His explanation was clear. Lucid. His explanation was lucid, easily understood by everyone. Delay. They will delay the meeting. Postpone. They will postpone the meeting to a later date. Save. He will save the old book. Preserve. He will preserve the antiquated book for future generations. Wide. The field is wide. Expansive. The field is expansive, stretching beyond the horizon. Reply. He will reply to the email. Respond. He will respond to the email promptly. Usual. It is his usual routine. Typical. It is his typical daily routine, adhered to consistently. Eat. He will eat his breakfast. Consume. He will consume his morning breakfast to start the day. Got. He got the book from the library. Obtained. He obtained the book from the library for his research. Quiet. The room is quiet. Serene. The room is serene, filled with a peaceful and quiet ambience. Owner. He is the owner of the restaurant. Proprietor. He is the proprietor of the esteemed restaurant in the city. Service. They provide a service. Assistance. They provide valuable assistance to their clients. More. I need more books. Additional. I require additional books for my research. List. She made a list. Catalogue. She compiled a comprehensive catalogue of items needed. Right. He is right about the answer. Correct. He is correct about the answer to the problem. Drink. She likes to drink water. Beverage. She prefers a clear and refreshing beverage like water. Control. He can control the situation. Regulate. He can effectively regulate the situation at hand. Write. He will write a letter. Compose. He will compose a formal letter for the company. Chase. He will chase the suspect. Pursue. He will pursue the suspect to bring about justice. Touch. He will touch the surface. Contact. He will make contact with the surface for inspection. Pull. She will pull the rope. Tug. She will tug on the rope to move the heavy object. Continue. He will continue working. Persist. He will persist in his work, unwavering in his efforts. Start. She will start the race. Commence. She will commence the race at the sound of the whistle. Finish. He will finish the task. Conclude. He will conclude the task with utmost precision and diligence. Watch. They will watch the movie. Observe. They will meticulously observe the movie for its cinematic brilliance. Steal. He will steal the cookies. Pilfer. He will pilfer the cookies from the jar. Hold. She will hold the book. Grasp. She will grasp the book firmly in her hands. Bite. He will bite the apple. Nibble. He will gently nibble on the ripe, juicy apple. Laugh. She will laugh at the joke. Chuckle. She will let out a light chuckle at the humour in the joke. Pick. He will pick a book. Select. He will carefully select a book from the shelves. Burn. She will burn the wood. Incinerate. She will incinerate the wood in the fire for warmth. Can. He can solve the puzzle. Able. He is able to solve the intricate puzzle with ease. Grow. The plants will grow. Flourish. The plants will flourish in the fertile soil with proper care. Blame. He will blame her for the mistake. Accuse. He will accuse her of the mistake, causing tension between them. Stock. They will check the stock. Inventory. They will review the inventory to ensure accuracy and availability. End. The movie will end soon. Conclusion. The movie will reach its conclusion in a few minutes. Think. He paused to think about the problem. Contemplate. He paused to contemplate the intricacies of the issue before formulating a solution. Check. Please check the details. Verify. Please verify the accuracy of the details before finalizing. Before. I had dinner before the movie. Prior. I had dinner prior to watching the movie. Whole. He ate the whole cake. Entire. He indulged in the entire cake, relishing every bite. Understand. Do you understand the instructions? Comprehend. Do you comprehend the complexity of the instructions given? Read. He will read the book. Peruse. He will peruse the contents of the book thoroughly. Hard. The test was hard. Arduous. The test was arduous, demanding intense mental effort and concentration. Very good. She did a very good job on the project. Exemplary. Her work on the project was exemplary, meeting and exceeding all criteria. Do. I need to do my homework. Accomplish. I need to accomplish my homework tasks before class tomorrow. Funny. The comedian was funny. Humorous. The comedian was exceptionally humorous, leaving the audience in stitches. Wet. The towel is wet. Sodden. The towel is completely sodden after being out in the rain. Trouble. He faced trouble at work. Predicament. He faced a challenging predicament at his workplace. Basic. The course covers basic English speaking skills. Fundamental. The course covers fundamental principles in speaking English, providing a strong foundation for advanced studies. Sad. She felt sad after watching the movie. Melancholy. She felt a sense of melancholy after watching the movie's tragic ending. Have. I have a new book. Possess. I possess a new, intriguing book to read this weekend. Made. She made a beautiful painting. Crafted. She meticulously crafted a beautiful painting. Sit. Please sit on the chair. Perch. Please perch yourself comfortably on the chair provided. Hide. He will hide the treasure. Conceal. He will conceal the treasure in a secret location. Copy. She will copy the document. Replicate. She will diligently replicate the contents of the document for distribution. Hot. It's hot outside. Scorching. The weather is scorching, with temperatures reaching over 100 degrees. Cold. The water is cold. Frigid. The water is frigid, sending a chill through your bones. Fast. He's a fast runner. Swift. He's a swift runner, moving with agility and rapidity. Easy. It's an easy task. Effortless. It's an effortless task that requires minimal exertion. Other. Are there any other options? Alternative. Are there any alternative solutions available? Slow. The progress was slow. Gradual. The progress was gradual, step by step, over an extended period. Clean. The house is clean. Immaculate. The house is immaculate, not a speck of dust in sight. Poor. He's poor. Destitute. He's almost destitute, living in abject poverty without basic necessities. Take. She will take the cookies. Acquire. She will acquire the delicious cookies for the evening gathering. Rich. She's rich. Affluent. She's incredibly affluent with substantial wealth and assets. Smart. He's smart. Ingenious. He's undeniably ingenious with an exceptional ability to solve complex problems. Brave. He's brave. Valiant. He's valiant, showing exceptional courage in the face of adversity. Weak. He's weak. Feeble. He's rather feeble, lacking substantial physical strength. Slow. The walk was slow. Leisurely. The walk was delightfully leisurely, with no rush or haste. Boring. The lecture was boring. Tedious. The lecture was rather tedious, lacking excitement or engagement. Happy. She's happy. Elated. She's absolutely elated, brimming with pure joy and excitement. Big. The dog is big. Enormous. The dog is enormous, towering over other breeds. Small. The toy is small. Minuscule. The toy is minuscule, fitting in the palm of your hand. Nice. He's nice. Gracious. He's incredibly gracious, always showing kindness and consideration. Angry. He's angry. Irate. He's irate, seething with pent-up frustration. Scared. She's scared. Petrified. She's absolutely petrified, frozen with fear. Loud. The noise is loud. Deafening. The noise is deafening, overwhelming every other sound. Pretty. The painting is pretty. Exquisite. The painting is exquisite, displaying exceptional beauty and detail. Bad. It was a bad decision. Atrocious. It was an atrocious decision that led to unexpected consequences. Calm. The lake was calm. Tranquil. The lake was tranquil, with a peaceful and serene ambience. Thick. The fog was thick. Dense. The fog was dense, making visibility nearly impossible. Tired. She's tired. Fatigued. She's utterly fatigued, struggling to keep her eyes open. Speak. He will speak his thoughts. Articulate. He will articulate his thoughts with clarity and precision. Open. Please open the box. Unveil. Please unveil the contents of the box. Close. He will close the door. Seal. He will seal the door shut before leaving. Ask. I will ask him later. Inquire. I will inquire of him later, seeking pertinent information. Fall. The leaves fall in autumn. Descend. The leaves gently descend from the trees in autumn's embrace. Jump. He can jump high. Leap. He can leap gracefully, demonstrating remarkable agility. Early. He arrived early at the meeting. Premature. His arrival was somewhat premature for the scheduled meeting. Tell. He will tell us the news. Inform. He will inform us about the latest news and updates. Find. I will find the answer. Discover. I will strive to discover the ultimate solution. Seen. I have seen the movie. Witnessed. I have witnessed the cinematic masterpiece. Help. Can you help me with this? Aid. Can you aid me in this challenging task? Enjoy. I enjoy going for walks. Relish. I relish my walks in the serene park, finding them truly rejuvenating. Empty. The room is empty. Vacant. The room is completely vacant, devoid of any furniture or occupants. Naughty. The child is naughty. Mischievous. The child is delightfully mischievous, always full of playful ideas. Smooth. The surface is smooth. Sleek. The surface is sleek, offering a polished and elegant texture. Stay. He will stay for dinner. Remain. He will remain here for the dinner gathering. Love. They love their dog. Adore. They truly adore their furry companion, treating it like a member of the family. Choose. I will choose the red one. Select. I will select the vibrant red option among the choices available.